camera, action, roll.
You are about to embark on your biggest manhunt ever. Biggest bounty ever. What can you tell me about it?
This guy's watching me. When a rabbit goes out of his hole, he looks up for the hawk. And then he stops and he waits and there's no hawks and he runs to the little thing or his little carrot. And he's always watching for that hawk. This guy is the rabbit and I am the hawk. And he's watching everywhere. And he had a dream the other day. And he called his girlfriend and said, I had a dream. They surrounded my house.
Wow.
Oh, you're not in a hotel, huh? And he said, come on out, brought out with your hands in the air. You know who the he was? It was the hawk. Well, I mean, the dog. So this is good. No, this is so good. Too bad I can't take you guys on a ride along.
I mean, that would be unbelievable.
Because it's called dog, it's up to me who I choose to be the most wanted. This is the biggest bond I've ever chased. He says he's got 2 guns and all the bullets have my name on them. And this is the last bond that Beth wrote. And she trusted the guy to write the bond. He'd get out and pay later. As soon as he got out of jail, he bolted. And she was very sick at that time, so I couldn't go right after him right then. So this is, you know, like I say, this one's for Beth. And it's 8 months, almost 9 months now. I'm very emotional. And I told my manager, Amy, the tears have turned to blood. And wait till they get a load of dog without Beth. Because now there's a purpose. There's a real purpose. I don't want to die tomorrow, but I'm not afraid to. I won't get in front of a train and go hit me. But the fear is gone. I've never left a note to my children, and I left them a note this time, just in case. So this is real. This one here. Dude.
I know, I'm not saying that there's fear, but there's a lot of danger involved. And when you face danger like this, do you worry?
Well,
because this guy wants you as much as you want him.
Yes, I'm concerned, but I have an angel drone in the sky that I'm gonna make her proud, where she could say, that's my big daddy. Dear God, hope to God the cameras are rolling when I catch him.
This one is extra special. This will be all for Beth?
This one's for Beth. Like I say, the cameras, if they weren't rolling, I'd hit him in the mouth or something. But because of God and the cameras and the law, I can't. But I'm fully loaded. Previous shows, we chased bond jumpers, somebody out on bail. This one, we're chasing fugitives. Get him!
How have you been tracking him, and how hard is it to track a guy like that and find him? Because you somehow always manage to find these guys.
Well, this guy is very, very, very difficult. This guy, I'm going for the supernatural. This guy, I'm in prayer over. This guy is good. Listen, I've arrested 8,000 fugitives in 41 years. This is the best I've ever chased after.
What's his crime?
He has drug dealing, and there's some other things I don't want to say on television. This guy may not go to heaven. Let me just say like that. This guy's got a lot of paying to do.
He's a real life bad guy.
He is getting life. This guy ain't getting out. This guy's done. They give him life and a day. That means you die, your body sits in the cell for 24 hours, and then they take you out. No, this guy's gone. This is it. When he sees my face, that's it right there.
I don't want you to give away any secrets, but you have an idea where he is?
No.
You don't?
No.
How are you gonna find him?
G-O-D. Yeah. If there's a God, I'll catch him.
Wow.
Put you in a big spot, didn't I, Lord?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot.
We gotta go, go, go! You know, these guys are your urban terrorists, your everyday domestic thugs.
What would Beth say to you?
Honey, after you catch him, you gotta talk to him.
That's her again. You hear the compassion.
Oh, yeah. And I'd say, not this one. She'd say, okay, Big Daddy, we'll see. And then every time the guy says, don't I get my talk? Or I knew this was gonna happen. Or, dog, do you have a cigarette? You just get like, oh, God, okay. You know, this is gonna be hard to give him anything, but a taser.
You still miss her so much, don't you?
Oh yeah, I miss her. It's 8 months. It doesn't. That's the worst part. It just seems like yesterday. Mm-hmm. And they say time heals all wounds. No, it don't.
No.
No.
What do you miss most about Beth?
Her comments, her touch, her smell, her encouragement. Her, I'm gonna hire a real bounty hunter if you don't catch this guy. Her teasing me. Mm-hmm. Her, did we say the blessing before we eat?
She was kind of everything.
Yeah, I kind of hate to admit that because I'm such a macho man, but she was the glue that held my family together. Mm-hmm. So now I got to redo it and restaple everybody, and we're all like kind of brawling right now. So
I was going to say, how is the family doing?
Well, you know, the boys are all good. The girls are all on tilt.
Talk about the girls. Right?
Well, the girls are very upset because the other girls I might be looking at, or I may say, so Dad, they just like you because you're Dog the Bounty Hunter. They don't like you because you're Duane or Dad. Mm-hmm. So the boys are like, Dad, you know, if you love them, if you like them, we're for you, whatever you decide. But the girls are like,
no way.
No way. Everybody's a Dracula and they got a cross.
Let's clear up the thing about Moon, your longtime assistant. Are you dating her? Were you dating her?
No, never.
No.
Moon, you know, I'm very lonesome. So Moon, now here's what psychiatrists have told me. She was very accessible. She was very, I don't have to say stories about who I am. She knew Beth and she talked about Beth constantly. Remember what Beth used to tell us? And of course I lit right up when she'd say that. Mm-hmm. I was like infatuated with the dream. And I realized that when my shrink told me, no, that's not good. And then you know, Moon said, of all men, if I wanted to pick a man, there's nothing about you that I'd pick. Cross her out, you know. And she's still my friend. She still works for me and takes care of the finances and the part like that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I kind of embarrassed her a little bit, and I shouldn't have. But
and Dr. Oz, Dr. Oz, when you proposed to her on Dr. Oz.
Would you actually ask Moon to marry you?
Yes.
Moon?
I just think that...
Don't hurt my feelings, though.
I think he's an amazing human being, but I've known him before he was famous. So to me, he's my best friend and he'll always be my best friend. I don't see myself thinking past that.
I swear on my mama and on Beth, that was not rehearsed. And you saw Dr. Oz even was like, oh my God. And I knew I was gonna do it way before I done it. And I said, this will stop these rumors. Guys, we don't read the bad comments. You know, he don't mean it. Where girls read them all. So she read all the bad, Moon is this, dog is finally over the moon. And I mean, it was killing her. So I thought, I got her into this. I gotta get her out of it. So that put a 98% stop. And then I'm going in Denver, I'm coming out of the weight room and there's TMZ. I'm like, what the? I thought you guys are only in LA. No, dog. Right. Harvey's ordered us here. So, I mean, they're like following, not TMZ, but other people are following Moon around. And, you know, of course, they got a tracker on her car and watch, you know, doesn't live with me anymore because it was so far to drive in the mornings to get there, hour and a half. And I said, just move in downstairs. So much stuff went crazy, you know, in your world it does.
Yes.
And it's up to us to put it to a stop. So I finally put it to a stop.
You proposed so that Moon would say no and end everything.
Well, I absolutely did. That would stop everything. And when I said it, right, I'm like, Moon Angell, whatever I said, will you marry me? And she's like, and I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna say yes. Then what am I gonna do? I was freaked out. I don't know if the camera was on me or Dr. Oz and Moon, but I'm like, oh, in Jesus' name, what am I gonna do? She says yes. I don't got a ring. I don't know what to get. Because I was gonna get down on one knee and make it look, you know, do. But I thought this is right now, and I was very emotional. And so when I said it, I think I was about ready to cry. But I knew that she would say no, and once she said no, that did it. And 98%, the rumors went away, the lies went away.
Would you have dated her if she wanted to date?
Yeah, I think I would have because it was accessible where I didn't have to explain everything. And
right.
But true love, you know, the love that I'm looking for, you know, she kind of got me mad. She's my friend. She'll probably be mad if I tell you, but she said, no one will ever love you like Beth did. You better stop looking for that, because there's no woman alive that will ever love you like that. And I thought, all right. Because, of course, when you lose a spouse, man or woman, you're looking for that again. There's somebody that's got to, I said.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody's got to. I'll even pay him. No, I won't. But, you know, so you look for that. And then for someone to tell you that, it kind of stopped me dead in my tracks. I'm like, wow. You know, so she's kind of cold-blooded. I mean, she knows how to stop me, and that's like direct point fire.
Is there a special lady in your life now?
No, no special lady right now. But I think, it's almost time where I could start. I could maybe go out with the girl and eat and, and date a little, if that's a date. What do we do? How do you date today? I forgot. So
No,
did
it's
you.
hard, right?
You don't even know how
The last thing I want to do is get out there and date. It's a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot these days.
Yes.
Going back to this case, what will it mean when you wrap this up, and how will it wrap up what has been an incredible but also trying season?
When you catch the biggest fish you've ever caught, fishing,
Yep.
you don't stop fishing once you catch him. But you bring in that big old trout or whatever, you're like, oh, and you stuff him and you put him on the wall. And you talk about it. And you go, I'm going after your daddy. So it's going to be like that. It's going to be a final end to a chapter in my life. But it's going to open a new one. Because believe it or not, I don't mean to say this, I'm getting better. I am, brother. I am. I don't know if it's my drone Bethy saying he's lying. She's lying. But I'm getting better at this. I'm getting, in Hawaii, it's akamai. I'm smarter about it. So this is the new dog. This is the newest one.
And you believe that some of that, though, is Beth's help. Will there be another season?
Well, the ratings were, thank you, God, very much.
Yeah, they were.
God was like so gracious. And I love WGN. I've loved every network I work with. I really love A&E. I just, so many friends I had there, but I like going to networks that ain't all huge, like CBS. I was on, I was on Hawaii 5-0, and they're like, oh, dog made a little appearance. I was so proud, but the big ones are big. I like to go where they're not so big and then make them big. Because of you, dog, this network did this, and because of you and WGN, I really like that.
Yeah.
And we had some outrageous numbers, thank God, and thank the fans. I got some crazy fans, bro.
So you'll be back.
I met a girl that said, you are the worst at getting attention I have ever met. All you want is attention. And I'm like, yes. I love it when you and they'd say hi to you, and I love you, and they say love to me. Yeah. I love that. I live for that. So I'm probably the most attention wanter in America. But my fans know how to do that. I love that.
They do, and they've kind of wrapped you in their arms a little bit this season, haven't they? People kind of help prop you up.
Oh,
help you out.
It's unbelievable. Like I was ready to give up, and I got calls in the middle of the night. And how you get my phone number? Oh, I don't know. And then TMZ's, like the camera guys are like paparazzi. They try to blind you so you'll trip in front of them, right? That's why you gotta wear the shades. And then they're like, shut the cameras off. Dog, we all want to tell you, like a few of them together. We love you, brother. We love Beth so much. And you're like, wow, this is the paparazzi telling me this?
Right.
So
means a lot.
Yeah, that means a lot. People sticking up for you.
You want to do another season?
Yes, sir.
You do?
I want to do the best season I've ever had. Because, no, it's coming. She's not there to say, don't do this, don't do that. I just have to say, watch this, Mama.
Will you add anybody new to the crew? Could there be anybody you would add new to the crew?
That's amazing, because there's a sign again from God through you again. Maybe so. There's a couple that deserve it that I'm really looking at. And you have to look at their morality, of course, their crime, their criminal records, their loyalty, their bravery. You can't be a sissy bounty hunter. It don't work.
No, you cannot.
You got to be brave.
No.
So I got a couple I'm really looking at right now.
When we first started this, you talked about you had just finished working out and you were headed back home the other day. You've been committed to your fitness.
Yes, sir. I put back on 18 pounds. I'm doing sit-ups like crazy, and I told my sensei the other day, the more and more I sit up, the more and more my stomach gets bigger. And he's like, well, when you do your biceps and you keep working them out, do they get bigger? And I go, yeah. He goes, duh, Quit doing so many sit-ups. So, but I'm legs, feet, every single thing. I have to be a lean, mean fighting machine. I don't have her anymore. I have to get in there by myself now. I don't hear the cheer of Beth. I have to get in there now and just depend on myself. I've never had to do that for many years. You know, I'd look at her for like a word or, baby, did you see that? Yes, I did, Big Daddy. The last show she did, we were chasing that guy, and I made them cut it, and I have just that. She goes, the guy was gone, right? We got away from us, driving, the adrenaline's going 100%, and all of a sudden I go right, then left. He turned right, and he turned left, turned right, and she goes, oh my God, you are incredible. I just lit right up. So I have just that, where I play every night, where she says, oh my God, honey. She didn't give me too many compliments, you know.
Right. If you could tell her one thing, what would you tell her?
I love you. And there will never be another Mrs. Dog, ever. There could be another Mrs. This's, but there'll never be another Mrs. Dog. And I still have a lot to score. It's halftime.
What are you going to do for Valentine's Day?
I was going to be a recluse, but I don't really, you stunned me. I don't know.
Is it a hard day?
Kind of, if you think about it, you know, what are they doing up there?
Yeah.
What's their Valentine's? Nothing compared to mine.
You talked about that if you were getting sick or you got shot or you got hurt or something like that, that you would be okay with it because you could go see Beth?
Yes. Well, I've always had not a fear to die, but I've been cautious. I didn't want to. I still don't want to, but I'm not afraid to. I'm thinking that all of a sudden I'll hear pow, pow, and she'll be like, wow, what took you so long, Big Daddy? Well, there's two things that happen. You either die and forget it all, or there's a heaven.
Right.
Now, so many people are like, oh, there's a heaven for sure, dog. Why, you been there? Come on. We don't know, and it's not bad not to know. So I don't know, but I hope there is. If not, then you forget it all. Die, forget it all, right?
Right.
But if it's true, then there's a heaven, then I'm ready. Because I've not, every night I ask the Lord to forgive me for the sins, as David did. He said, forgive me for the sins I don't even know I committed. So I'm like, Lord, forgive me for the sins I don't know I committed. And, I would be ready if it happened. If I go, I want a private funeral so that it doesn't overtake hers. She would be so mad. She had 35 million hits. Remember we talked about
Right.
35 million.
It's crazy.
Thousands, hundreds of thousands watched her send-off. Mine's private because I don't want to blow her record. She'd be mad at me. But if it happens, I had to talk to Leland today. The songs, he's like, Dad, shut up. I don't want to hear that. Son, you're the one. Here's the songs I want. Here's what I want. And here's how I want it.
So you've already laid out how it should be in case something happens to you.
Yes, I've never done that in my life because I believe the Bible says the power of life and death are in the tongue. The hardest part of the body to control is not what we think, it's the tongue.
Right.
For God said, let there be light, and there was. So I have never planned that because I was afraid. Now
Sure.
I'm planning it. They call it a will in L.A.
Yeah. Have you quit smoking?
I'm down to less than a pack a day, as you can smell, right? I'm trying the patch. Boy, it is tough, but I'm doing it. I was wondering, what am I going to do with my hands? I can't be able to do this. What's going to happen? I sleep better. I breathe better. I work out better. Man, the cigarettes, it should be listed as a dangerous drug, at least a second count dangerous drug.
Yeah, no,
because they're not good.
How long do you think before you can kick this habit totally?
Well, Leland was, of course, my third son has smoked for years and it took him about a year with the nicotine gum and all that. And then today I said, son, you want on the airplane, son, you want one of these nicotine patches? He's like, Dad, I don't do that no more. I'm like, whoa, good job, son. So it took him about a year. So I would think 6 months to a year.
What do you do next? You write a book? You have a TV show? What do you do?
Well, of course,
You
I
have
do
this
a book.
one, right.
I've done a couple books and
Right.
got lucky. And so we're negotiating. And it's called, I believe they named it Life Without Beth. And I'm a grandpa, and I'm just a bounty hunter. That's all. That's what I'm gonna just keep doing. I'm not done. I'm ready.
Once you find out that it's an incurable lung cancer, there's no stage 5.
Explain to folks what life without Beth is
Well, life without Beth was, in the morning with me till the night we went to bed, food, every single thing I did was either with her, because of her, or with her.
Yeah.
So now she's not there. So things are completely, taste the food, everything has completely changed. So I was the compassionate one, the truth. I don't want to lie. She's mean as a rattlesnake. But so I got to kind of be the mom and the dad now. I got to get in the corner. I love you. Used to be, I'd be like, Mom's upset. Don't worry. I love you. Don't worry. Get in the corner, son, daughter. But now it's like, you have to be both. So it's a whole different thing. I thank God that I had her. I would if I wouldn't have had her. There would be no dog. There would be no dog. So I had her. I feel so lucky to have her. Now I have to make her proud.
And making her proud is catching this bad guy.
Yes.
This one's for Beth. She's my everything.